Cheers, everybody. I am not TJ Pittenger. Did you like that, Ben?
I like that. That was great.
Thanks.
No TJ.
No TJ. Boo, TJ. He bailed on us last minute. Yeah, it was within the hour. It counts as
It was
last
within
minute.
like 20 minutes of starting.
When did you realize, Ben? By the way, that's Ben Cock. I'm Brendan Sinone. This is Bourbon on a Budget. I almost said on the bench. That's my other podcast. If you want to
Bourbon
sponsor
on the bench.
Bourbon, bench on the budget. When did you realize, Ben, that we were not going to get TJ tonight?
Oh, so I knew that we weren't going to start because he was like, "Hey, we're going to start at 7:30, and I'm coming to your house to do the podcast." And I said, "Okay." And then at 7:10, he was still not at my house, and I'm like, "Ain't no way, ain't no way he's getting here." So yeah. And then he was like, "I'm not making it."
As we were supposed to start. So my man is moving. He's stressed out. He's putting down floor in the new house. So that adds to the stress. So he's currently doing that. He's not even watching us live right now, which I'm insulted by. So
are we live? Are we live?
We are live. Yeah, please
man.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, sir.
We'll see. No promises.
I wanted us to get some kind of content out for the week. You know, people are used to us dropping stuff on a Tuesday, and we started doing the lives on a Monday. And unfortunately, our Facebook audience isn't going to be able to watch because Facebook is down, apparently, which is, so.
No, it's back up. It's back up.
It is?
Down for like 4 or 5 hours today.
Oh, I should have added that to the stream. Maybe I could still do that. No, it's too late.
We send it back.
Oh, no, I can do it. We're good. All right, look at that. All right,
we're live. We're live everywhere.
So what I wanted, and excuse us, it's going to be a little clunkier than normal. It's always a clunky show, but I'm not used to hosting this one. Ben and I are going to work on our chemistry here. It's happening. He's a couple of cocktails in, so I think that'll help a little bit. I am sober at the moment.
Your mom's a couple of cocktails in.
Whoa. I'm going to take it off Facebook in case my mom's watching.
We're doing great already.
So because TJ's not here, we had this whole thing set up where we were going to do a toast off. It was going to be just for him. He is our toasty whore. He loves toasted bourbons.
Master. Who's Toastmaster?
I thought toast whore. But he's a toasty fan. Anything toasted. We were going to do a little like a three-way toast off between 1910 from Old Forester, Elijah Craig's Toasted Barrel.
Yes.
And then Woodford Double Oak. We'll still do that later in the week, but I want TJ to suffer this a little bit to not be joining us. We are going to enjoy his favorite bourbon in the world, Ben. Old Forester 1910, while TJ is not here.
Old Forester 1910. Sorry, TJ. You should have been here for this one.
Sorry, that's probably inappropriate again. Hopefully, Mom is not watching.
Hey, Mom.
All right, so Old Forester 1910. Ben, do you want to give them the specs on this as we do our review show here on a Monday/Tuesday, and then we'll do our main show on Thursday?
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so this is from Brown-Forman, as you know, Old Forester 1910. It is the fourth and final release from their Whiskey Row series. It's 93 proof, 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. And so you could be wondering, why is this called 1910? Well, to give a little backstory, back in the year 1910, there was a fire at the distillery, specifically on their bottling line, and that shut down their bottling line. And they had like whiskey ready to rip, go into bottles. And they basically had to shut down their bottling line for a long time. So the distillers there said, "Hey, why don't we just store this in a second barrel for as long as we need to until we get up and running again?"
Okay.
And they were like, "Okay, sounds great." Stored it. And then when their bottling line came back up, they bottled it and were like, "Wow, this is pretty solid." So these guys were the first people to do the double barreling.
Double barrel, unintentionally or kind of intentionally, I guess.
Right. So, I mean, it came out of necessity. So they were the first ones back in 1910. And so they took that same recipe, they barreled it, did a double oaked kind of Woodford, stole it from them, I guess.
But still, they're both Brown-Forman. So,
well, they stole it from them. And they released it under their Whiskey Row series. And now it's available for you to try. And it has been out for a couple years, since 2018. It pairs really well with 1920, my personal fave. But this is TJ's thing. Toasted barrel and very vanilla. very caramel, very oak.
The toasted, basically the difference. We'll get into this later next week, but we've already talked about what toasting is. But basically, it's instead of charring something, which is you're blazing it for like 40 seconds to maybe a minute. The toasting is a slower burning process, more mellow, and that brings out different flavors in the wood. And those flavors been mentioned. It's going to be a sweeter bourbon almost always. I mean, the Woodford, the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, this 1910. It's always going to be different and smoother. So that's what we're going to get into here. So let's get into it. We will do the actual grading in a little bit. But Ben, on the nose, you mentioned sweet stuff. So sweetie, tell me what you got.
Thanks, sweetie. It's going to be definitely some marshmallow, definitely some caramel, vanilla, a lot of brown sugar. I mean, it's all sweet. I don't get too much spicy notes. And this could be probably because it's, a little less proof here, right? It's only 93. So below what I'm typically drinking. But it's all the sugar candy notes. If you make any kind of like baked goods. Yeah.
I got
vanilla frosting.
I was going to say a glazed donut is what I'm getting on that. It's got a little bit of bready quality to it, but that sweet that you're mentioning, Ben, is just super prevalent. Maybe a little like cinnamon sugar, like maybe you're going to say any kind of spice, maybe cinnamon. Like there's not a ton. This isn't nutmeg, clove, baking spices, rice spice. This is cinnamon.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely agree.
Like cinnamon. No, this is a beautiful nose. Beautiful nose. Yeah, but that's to be expected with the toasted barrels. It costs more for companies to do toasted barrels, and usually it leads to a better quality product somewhere. Double the barrel, and Woodford's case, double oaked. Yeah. So this is a great nose. All right, taste. While you're actually taking a little swig out of it, Ben, sweetness yet again. Sweetness comes out immediately on the palate.
Oh yeah, everything is warm, inviting. Maybe a little bit of like chocolate covered cherries. Maybe a little bit of like French toast sticks. Maybe a little bit of
chocolate. Yeah, definitely the milk chocolate coveredness, the baking, the French toast is a really good call because I got maple syrup a little bit on it too, so cinnamon and sugar. Are you getting any of the banana that is typical in Old Forester profile, or is it
that is a good question? That's a good question, and I am not picking up too much. Like to me, banana is all on the nose, at least for Old Forester products. And I don't get too much of the banana.
Nowhere, right? Nowhere. Not in the nose, not in the taste. There's no banana anywhere.
That's interesting. Interesting.
So and do we have any idea? I don't think a research showed like what and that's just a real basic Google search, how long it's actually toasted in the toasted barrel for.
Not that I'm seeing.
Okay, Woodford's double oaked is only a few months. It's their basic stuff, and this is Old Forester's basic mash bill, so it's nothing like crazy different.
Yeah.
It's amazing what the toasting process can do to a bourbon. Again, more
so this
expensive,
is the same,
more time.
Yeah, same mash bill as the Old Forester 100. So in theory, you would be picking up a lot of the barrel characteristics between both of them.
And just the barrel's so sweet. Sweet barrel. Finish. Yeah. What about the finish? Anything to me? So I'll answer my own question here. The finish, it has a little bit of spice, more than I would think, I guess, for the 93 proof. Like it's kicking a little bit above its weight class there, but it does still, like, it's a little bit of a bang, and then the finish goes away pretty quickly. Like it's maybe 3 or 4 seconds of flavor. So I'm gonna have a little bit of gripe with the finish, I guess.
I would agree. And I think that's primarily attributable to the proof here. We don't have a whole lot of, I mean, there's a lot of water in theory that you would be picking up because it's not at 115 proof or 110 proof. So I almost get like leathery, like a little bitter notes at the end, as opposed to like it being sweet all the way.
Yeah, almost like a citrusy bitterness, I guess, like a tartness maybe.
Yeah.
A little like sour lemon. Actually, the first time I tried this, Ben, I actually put lemon water in it to see what would happen. This was like 2 or 3 years ago in St. Augustine.
Sounds terrible, but yeah.
Yeah, poor idea. But I'm prone to doing dumb stuff with my whiskey.
Agreed. Yes.
All All right, so our scoring system, and this nose is exquisite.
I
TJ's
do
really
like the nose a lot.
He's
The
missing
nose
out on
is
this.
nice.
Do you want to know what we gave we've reviewed technically one other toasted barrel on the show. It was Elijah Craig toasted barrel before. Do you want to know any of those scores before I do this, Ben, or do you want to wait till after to see what we did in the head-to-head?
Let me wait.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be. Because I think the nose is pretty awesome.
Okay. So let's go into our scoring system. We go off of nose, which is 2 points, taste, which is 4 points, finish 1, cohesiveness and complexity. TJ isn't around to tell me it's cohesive. What does he try to tell me? It is cohesive. Just cohesive. It's cohesiveness is what we're basing this off of. Cohesivity, and then finally value. Now, so nose is 2 points, taste is 4, finish is 1, cohesiveness, complexity is 1, and value is a whopping 2 points as part of it. So, starting with the nose here, Ben, it's a pretty special nose. I like it, but you go ahead and give me your score first.
I do like the nose. I'm kind of in between 1.75 and 2.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, is it a perfect nose? That's the question I'm asking myself. Is it a perfect nose? And I don't know if that's like putting it too hard of a spot, you know? It's like, is there anything perfect? No.
Well, I don't think we've ever done a 2.0 on the nose. TJ likes to point out. We'll give some high ones. I don't think we've ever done a 2. I'm a little skewed here because I had all 3 of my toasted ones poured out, ready to go, and I was kind of nosing them all together before TJ bailed on us.
So I guess, so I'm going to go 1.75. Okay. I would like a little spicier notes in the nose.
I'm with you. I was between a 1.5 and 1.75, but I rounded up because I did like the nose a good deal. There's just a little, there's a little more oomph here. This is kind of where proof comes into play. You mentioned before recording, Ben, like that the 1915, the blend of 1920, 1910 is pretty special. I think that's why that proof gets the blend with the toastiness. So a great nose still. It's super sweet, super special. If you're trying to get someone into bourbon, the proof isn't that high. The nose is pretty great and sweet. This is a good one. All right, taste is out of 4. Ben, I will give you the honors yet again here.
You'll give me the honors. Okay, so I think this is pretty much above average in taste. I like this taste a lot. If it was higher proof, dang it, man. So if that's holding it back. If this is bottled at 105, that would be pretty stellar.
Old Forester, do a special edition, amped up version of this, please.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to go here 3 1/4. I think 3 1/4 is correct in my palate.
But for you, Ben, that's a monster score for you. I'm looking back just at the most recent ones. Chattanooga Whiskey, you had a 2.25. Blanton's, you had a 2.75.
Yeah.
Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, since we already, you gave it a 2.5. So almost a full point higher on this. But I'm not far off, man. I went with a 3, and I was pretty much solid there. I felt confident about the 3.0 on it. So it's very good. It's a very good flavor profile. There's a nice amount of depth to it. A little more proof would just take it to a level where from good to great, I think. And it's just not great.
Great book, but yes.
Finish, I'm going to, out of 1, I'm going to go with 0.5. There's some nice things it does with its flavor profile. Get away from your fly. But
get away.
It falls, shoe fly. It falls just a little flat, a little quick, like I said. So I can't. There's good things about it. There's some disappointments about it. It's middle of the road for that reason. Down the line, 0.5 for me. What say you?
Yeah, 0.25. I'm a little more conservative here. I don't think it's bad, but I think it should be better.
I think that's fair.
And it's
I think
proof.
That's fair.
Proof is the problem.
I would have gone down if I were to go, if I was going to skew one way there. All right, so cohesiveness and complexity, not cohesive, TJ. Screw you, you're not here. It's my show now. I'm the captain of this ship. Out of 1.
I'm the captain now.
All right, so we normally divvy this up in different ways. But I will say that it is absolutely cohesive, right? Would you agree with me there, Ben? It's super cohesive all the way through. Sweet
through the nose and the palate, yes.
Yeah. And I guess there's a drop off. All right, well, I don't want to steal your thunder here. I'm going to say it's a 0.75 for me. It's not super complex, so it gets a 1/4 of a point of complexity. I think it is pretty cohesive. I think all the way through it's sweet with a little bit of depth and character to it.
Yeah. So I'm going 0.5.
Okay.
I'm slightly lower than you on that.
TJ does, by the way, it's really hard. I'm having to add, which not a big fan of.
Yeah, counting to 10's difficult for some people.
Well, it's not.
I completely understand.
He just sees the numbers and there's all these decimals, which some idiot said, "Hey, let's do like decimals," which I'm not a big fan of.
0.25.
Oh, you just screwed me up. I'm trying to add it.
0.25. It's about as much as we got.
If I just throw numbers out at you, Ben, can you add them up in your head quickly?
Yes.
All right. 1.75 for you.
Okay.
3.25.
Okay.
0.25.
Yeah.
0.5.
Okay.
Okay. What
5.75.
That's what I got too.
5.75, dude. Come on.
All right. But one more time. 1.75.
Okay.
Plus 3.
Okay.
Plus 0.5.
Okay.
Plus 0.75.
5.
Oh man,
Dude.
I'm a lot lower on this than you are before we get to value.
Yeah, I could be wrong. People are gonna be listening to this and like, these guys are idiots. That was an 8.
Well, let's see. I think it tracks. You're higher than me.
You don't have an Excel open?
I do.
Okay.
I could just do a little formula,
equals sum parentheses drag close parentheses.
All right.
Enter. Appreciate you guys. Next week we're doing Excel 101.
It's a 6 for me, Ben.
A
6, you idiot.
Dang, you're higher than me.
Wow, I am higher. Wow, I thought I would be low on this. All right, so before we even get to value, now this was what, about $55 to $60 MSRP?
No, I think this is like $50, 55. I don't think it's 60.
Google it. There's no.
I'm Googling.
I mean, you bought it today.
I did.
And I guess to be fair, the juice that's in Ben's could be different than the juice that's in mine because you got a new label, which will experiment with the 1920 in about a week or so.
I'm seeing it for 55.
All right,
55.
Let's call it 55.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's not expensive. It's the price that would be a good gift bourbon price. I think.
Yes, I would agree.
It shows you care. All right, so first off. 5.756, pretty high for us. On the Elijah Craig toasted barrel, you were at before we got into value, a 5.5. I was at a 5.
I'm at a 5.75.
Yeah, so you're only a little
pretty
higher.
much on. I'm on, baby. I'm a genius.
Where you caught up a little bit to it.
I'm a savant.
You thought it was more cohesive and complex, so that's a little bit of it there for you.
Yeah.
But, and you like the finish a little bit better. So anyways, out of potential 8, we're both on the high end here. So it's an above average price. Bourbon, not crazy, but above average price, but above average scoring for us. So let's get into value. 2 points here. Moment of truth, because this is potential big board potential because TJ's he's going to completely.
Yeah, TJ's going to be at 10.
Yeah. So this may end up making it based on where we're at right now.
Starting
off, I'm going to help walk me through this here, Ben. I'm starting off it's at least a 1. It's at least fair value. And I think we're going up from there, but the baseline is a 1. I can't give it below a 1.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
I'm between 1 and 1 1/4.
That's where I'm going to go to.
Mostly because it's 93 proof for $55. And for an extra $5, I can go to 1920 and get 18 more proof.
Ben, that's a great point.
And that's what I'm kind of struggling with.
And 1920, hopefully we'll review that soon, is an absolute
more proof
banger.
Yeah. And that's like $5. Just spend an extra $5,
Yeah.
And so to me, we're talking about opportunity cost here. I would definitely buy this over a Woodford double oaked. And I think that's pretty similar pricing.
Well, we'll find out later this week, sir. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
I think Woodford is just outrageously sweet to drink.
It is very sweet comparatively.
So let me go 1 and a 1. Give me a 1. I'm okay with a 1.
You know what? I was between 1 and 1.25 as well. So I was going to say at least a 1. But if TJ was here, he could talk me up, and this is his punishment. That 0.25 points
Suck it,
for
TJ.
me. Suck it, TJ. So, suck it, TJ. I gave this still a really good score, dude. It's a 7 for me.
Yeah. It's a good bottle. It's a really good bottle. But it's super available, and that's what I really appreciate about it. You can do a lot worse buying this bottle. You can do a lot worse on the shelf for $55.
So I feel like landing at an average value
Yeah.
of 1 is actually kind of reasonable because it's a good bourbon. It's unique. Like I said, you could do a lot worse. I think you could do better. There's better value out there once you get to the $55. And once you get, maybe consider you get rare breed also for like $45.
Oh, geez, you're right.
Yeah, you can get Pikesville Rye, which is a banger, Ben. Don't hate on it. For
It's
like
my favorite.
$50. That's $50, 115 proof. So there is,
Yeah.
we could probably think of like about a dozen pretty quickly better values out there, but it's not bad by any means.
Yeah.
And it's unique. So, all right. So for between the two of us, 6.75, 7. I'm not going to do the math right now. We'll wait till we get TJ later in the week to go ahead and finalize this for us. And it's going to have potential to make the big board because he's going to be a major homer and probably give us like a 10, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So coming up here, either Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Tuesday. We're kind of in flux here until TJ can get situated, but we will go with our main show. It will be a legit toast off. 1910 will be represented between that Woodford Double Oaked and a little Elijah Craig toasted barrel action. So we'll go through all those. We'll do some pursuits and purchases. And then I don't know where the metal corn is, but I want to start reviewing some stuff for Halloween. Yeah, you got your ears
Halloween.
on. I got pumpkins and weird looking snow spider webs too.
I'm dressed up. I have a costume on, so
dressed up and nowhere to go because TJ bailed on us.
Thanks, TJ.
All right, so we'll just end this here. This hasn't been our best episode, but you know what, Ben? I don't know if it's been our worst either.
I would agree.
I'd give it like a 5.5 on the value score. Well, total, right? Not on value.
We'll see. Okay. No one knows.
All right, for Ben Cock, I'm Brendan Sinone. It's been Bourbon on a Budget. TJ, you're dead to us, but we'll see you next week.
We're on the bench. TJ's on the bench
later this week. You know, I host another podcast professionally, Ben. It's better than this one.
Really?
Than me hosting it. Yeah.
We're going to put TJ on the bench.
You can sponsor both. Goodbye.
On the bench.